I'm Ben.
I'm Ron.
I'm Chris.
I'm Jason, and this is Hometown Has-Beens. What's up, everybody? Welcome to Hometown Has-Beens, episode 18. Today's a special one because this is actually a previously unreleased episode that we recorded before starting the podcast. So this was kind of our trial run at things. It went pretty well. And as a result of this, we started the podcast and then started with episode 1. This is the unreleased pilot episode, if you will. Before the episode starts, I wanted to announce our winner to the 5-star rating and review contest. This person gets to come on and be a guest on Hometown Has-Beens if they're willing to do so, if they want to be a guest. So drum roll, please. Mr. Jeremy Steinacker is our winner, and we can't wait to get Steiny on. We're going to reach out to him. Hopefully he's up for it. Other than that, hey, hopefully you enjoyed the pilot episode of Hometown Has-Beens. Here's what we got.
But no, Ben is he's bald and he's a good dude, but he really doesn't like it when he loses at poker to someone who doesn't know how to play poker.
Yes.
Like Kevin Malone.
And he doesn't like the double check. Doesn't like that.
Just tap the table once.
Just tap the table once, man. That's.
But he really shouldn't get mad about that, though, if you think about it. Because usually you're going to get beat by people who don't know what they're doing.
Why
Yeah, that's the worst. That is the worst thing on earth.
That's why you don't play with those people. Like,
Yeah, that because I get it, because that means in your head you're like, man, I'm worse than the person that doesn't know.
No,
what
like
they're
Sometimes
Imagine-
you're forced to play, though.
so cold.
imagine World Series of Poker, and you've got all these professional poker players, and then there's just one random guy who just slightly knows the rules. How frustrating is that for them? Because he goes all in. They've got a good hand. They fold. They realize he's holding 2 2s.
Yeah,
You know, that'd be infuriating.
When you don't know the rules, ignorance is bliss.
I think that's a saying, not just when you don't know the rules. Like, it's just like a blanket.
When you
even
don't
know.
know the unknown rules.
there's unknown
No one
rules.
knows unknown
Unknown.
rules.
Yeah, like golf, like real golf, not other golf, but like real golf with a club and a ball and a golf course. You don't
What
step
other
in.
golf has a club?
Some
and a
people
ball?
call-
Do you mean
Frisbee
unwritten?
golf
Do you mean
golf.
unwritten rules?
Oh, you just call it frisbee golf, so you're going to get punched in the face.
disc golf, sir.
Frisbee. It's not real golf. It's not. It's not. That's another podcast. But yeah, unknown rules. What did you say?
Unwritten. That's what you mean.
Unwritten. But they're
Unwritten
unknown
rules.
as well.
They're not
unknown as well
unknown.
because they're unwritten. For instance, don't step in somebody's line. But if you're playing with somebody who doesn't know that and they're stepping in your line and you're an actual golfer, that infuriates you.
That
or if
means
they're
that
talking
they-
while you're,
That's not an unknown rule, though, because you know it. They don't know it because they don't play golf.
Exactly my point. Exactly my point.
All right, so today, what are we talking about today, boys? It is game plan. What was
Tips
it?
that we've learned, parenting tips that we've learned from playing or coaching sports. Is that correct?
Correct.
Parenting,
Something like
yeah,
so.
yeah.
It's the game plan for parenting.
Yeah.
There we go. All right. Okay. We've all coached sports at some level. We've all been head coaches at some level now. Sports can be frustrating.
Some of us has quit.
Retired.
Oh yeah,
You're a retiree.
Retired.
You can come back at 50%, I'm sure, 49% very soon.
Yeah.
Let me tell you my favorite coaching assignment. I have it right now. I thought I would not enjoy it.
Are you coaching something right now?
I'm coaching
No, he's not. He's babysitting.
five-year-old coach pitch.
Dude, don't even tell me that's terrible.
T-ball was the
And
worst
I thought,
experience.
let me
of my
tell you what,
life.
I
Like,
thought,
terrible.
I even thought I didn't like it, but I love it. Let
You-
me tell
hold
you
on.
why.
I think there's a direct
thought
correlation with people
you
that love that
didn't
and like
like it.
psychopaths.
We're gonna
You
go
got
back to this
5-year-olds
conversation.
who just think you're awesome. That's the best thing in the world.
So
That's better
basically,
than
you're-
anybody else thinking
It's
you're
his
cool.
ego.
Yeah,
It's
He's
true.
talking
Like
about
I
his
know,
ego. Oh,
I
Mr.
admit that.
I was a quarterback in a varsity team back in the day, and now I'm coaching 5U T-ball, baby. Let's go.
dude. I don't even know that I like my kids playing t-ball. I'm not even sure I like him out there. Like much
T-ball,
less-
T-ball is infuriating because those unknown rules, as air quotes, that's not a real thing. They don't know any of those rules.
Nobody knows the rules. I'm just telling you, to coach pitch T-ball, there are no rules that I can.
Coach pitch T-ball.
Yeah, you get 3 pitches, and if you don't hit it, you get to hit off
I
the
think
tee.
that's still technically T-ball.
That's like communism.
Thank you. You should be out.
Yeah.
Like,
That's
listen.
You make
That
a
sucks
choice at the
pretty
beginning
bad.
of the game. Are you hitting off the tee? Or are you hitting off the coach? If you can't hit off the coach, you shouldn't have said I'm hitting off the coach.
Yeah, well, you should be in T-ball.
Yeah.
If you can't hit me throwing freaking
This
missiles
brings
in there.
up a parenting thing
Okay.
and an education thing. Students need success before they'll try to achieve.
Yeah, so give them the success with the tee.
Yeah,
Like, why let them strike out and be like, I suck?
exactly.
Every other
let
kid
them
on
hit
the
off the tee to give them just a
yeah,
little
but what
bit
I'm
of
saying is every
success.
other kid on the team hits the ball off the fence, and then little Johnny sucks so bad he hits it off the tee after he strikes out. That's gonna make him feel worse.
That's why in basketball, the stupidest drill of all time is effective, and I didn't let the middle school team do it before a game, and they hated it. It was layup lines. There's no opponent. You never have an open layup where there's no pressure on it. Like, that's never a scenario you're actually going to have, but it does give them a little bit of success
Yeah.
before they actually play. But I never let our kids do it before the game.
I can't offer any parenting advice, but I'll talk about baseball a lot. So really, to me, at that age, the hitting part comes before the fielding part. So the reason it should be T-ball only is not to develop the hitting, because the hitting will come before fielding. So really, it should be having kids at every position and having more balls batted. And that way, kids are getting balls that they can field and learn how to field balls.
Yeah,
so,
Doing it the right
so-
way,
so
going to
sketchy.
the right bag.
Right.
Yeah,
and,
yeah.
and so you're going to always have balls that are being hit more often. They get hit quicker. Like, I think that kids should start T-ball at like 5 or 6, and then coach pitch should be 7 and 8.
Yeah, but then
I like that.
But then you got parents like me, who the first time I went to a T-ball game, my son watched the ball go right by him. Now, I'm not insane. I know T-ball don't matter. But I call my son to the fence, and I say, hey, I'm not coaching because can't coach my kid. No, not good.
So this brings up another rule. Don't coach your kid from,
I am doing that, yeah.
He's
from
in
the
T-ball,
stands.
dude.
It doesn't matter. There's a
The
coach
other-
out there who signed up for
Man, he
it.
ain't
Let him
gonna-
do his job.
That coach, whatever.
You want
man.
people
I
coaching
got
from the
a
stands?
story.
That's a good point.
Remind me to come back.
That's a good point.
Let Ryan finish, then remind me to come back to what you just said.
Gotcha.
So I call Rylan over. I'm like, hey, dude, if I'm going to be here, you better catch a ball. Like, I don't care where it goes. You chase that thing like your life depends on it. So,
Way too competitive.
so yeah, no, I was getting aggravated. I'm like, dude, like, we're wasting our time. And so then after that,
You would hate our practice.
no other kid catches the ball. He like,
So, but if that's
chases
the
it
case,
like crazy.
then what you do is then he plays up. You know, I mean, you could always play up. Like,
they won't let you do that no more, though.
Yeah, they will.
Hudson, the first year,
maybe he's not good
he
enough.
played what y'all are talking about, where you hit, and then if you
Yeah.
strike out, he just never struck out because, you know, it's 2 feet away, and
Yeah.
if you strike out, you're terrible. Anyways, no offense if your kid struck out. Anyways,
My kid strikes out every at bat. He
so
hit a ball.
so like
He's taking
after
daddy
after
hacks.
he was like hitting balls off little girls' shins, then they moved him up to coach pitch when he was whatever.
yeah.
And like where they can strike out and have rules and stuff. But so yeah, I mean, like, but it should be more on ability at that age rather than age, because I've seen 8-year-olds that can't hit a ball that's thrown to them, but I've seen 5-year-olds that can hit a fence. So.
But back to the building confidence. That 8-year-old is playing T-ball with 5-year-olds. But that should build his confidence, right?
Yeah, get out there and
'Cause he's gonna-
dominate, baby.
he's gonna
Let's
hit.
go. Put me on them
At that
8-foot
age,
rims.
though,
I'm
at
a
that
dog.
age, it's about having fun. They gotta have fun. You don't
Sports
want
is
them
never
to,
about fun.
I'm going to cut that
It
out.
is.
You know what's the
Let me
most
tell you
fun
why.
thing on earth?
Winning.
Yes,
Getting
winning.
them dubs, baby. It's like a drug. And then when you get used to winning, it's like, and then you don't win, it's like, man, you need it. You got it. Like, it's like, I'm telling you, winning. Look, y'all looking at me like I'm an insane human right now.
You are.
But I'm telling y'all,
I'm not.
'Cause we
winning,
know him.
winning hits dopamine in your brain, and then you want that junk. Like,
Yeah, no, I get it.
no, winning is a drug.
This is what separates us from really good coaches and bad coaches. Because I'm not a good coach. You guys are good coaches, and you're high school coaching level.
I don't know that.
2 and
Me,
6.
I just want to see the kids have a good time. Like we're playing kickball, we're playing dodgeball.
right,
Like
all right.
so we just chill.
think-
Like we just want.
I think
we
the
eat.
having the good time, like it's important, right? Because it builds team chemistry. But when it comes to game time, it's not about like it's way more fun. Like just watch the dugout. Watch the dugout when we're losing. They ain't having fun.
Yeah, it's terrible.
But you're talking about different levels.
Well, that's what I always tell
You're right.
like Hudson about working hard to get better at baseball and everything else. Like I want you to have fun, and I always tell him if you ever just come to me and be like I just want to play to have fun and I don't care about winning, whatever, do whatever you want. But if you're gonna cry,
not paying for
if
travel
you're
ball.
gonna cry after you lose, then you got to put the work in so that you can enjoy winning. You can't just, you know,
Right.
you can't have this attitude where you have to win or you're gonna cry, but then not put in the necessary work to justify it. It's like me when I used to get mad about golf. I don't work hard enough to get as pissed off as I'm getting. So either work hard enough to win or just go do it for fun. But you got to kind of pick an avenue. You can't be super competitive when it's game time and not work hard enough to. But I wanted to talk about what you were talking about, or coaching from the sidelines. From the sidelines is
What mic is he
You know, it's
using?
pretty rough.
Yo, we talking about T-ball, man.
Yeah, don't cut. Yeah, but the thing is like he says, the coach is like over. Like you go do it.
Listen,
I got a
here's what needs
story.
to- let me give a parenting tip here. Let me throw one. Don't be the parent who takes winning so serious at such a young age that your kid gets so burnt out they never actually play school sports, like actual middle school or high school sports.
I know that's the truth, but I also know my DNA, and our Creator created me to chase wins. Like
I'm glad you said chase wins, not to win.
to chase wins, just
Because then-
relentlessly chase.
But winning in T-ball is not the most.
There's no winning in T-ball.
Oh, I used to keep score.
All right, so we've established that I'm a competitor, to the point that in my house, you know, everybody says sports teaches you about like life. I don't know if that's true or not, but I will tell you this.
That's the whole premise of this podcast
No. I'll tell you this
today.
though.
This episode.
maybe
See,
we're proving it wrong.
In my house, life teaches you about sports. We want you we want you to screw up in life so that you don't make that mistake in the sports.
Whereas in other households, it's like
Well,
opposite.
and
We want
Another
households were
parenting
like,
tip.
we want you to be a good person. I'm like, we want you to be a good player.
well, to
Another
your hold on
parenting
before you do
tip.
your parenting tip because I want to respond to the first one.
Okay,
So
I have another one.
it's easier said than done. Okay, and like you're still at the and maybe you're just not a rage monster like I am. But like I swear to you, this conversation happened yesterday morning before we go to this one. I say, Hudson, just as long as you're doing everything you can do, I'm not gonna be upset. Like you just try as hard as you can. I'm trying to be like that dad. And he's like, yeah, you said that in basketball too, but you yelled at me all the time. And then I feel like a horrible person. But it's because like he drives me crazy. I'm so competitive. I'm not trying to live through my kid. But at the same time, if he wasn't playing, but like I wanted a team to win, I would just be like, I want the team to do good and I want him to do good because, success makes me happy. Like nobody wants to see their kids suck.
all right, so
You don't
let's
want
think
to
of
see
a
your
more.
kids suck at life.
This is true.
At anything. I don't want him to suck at anything.
But I think what I see way too much in parenting is parents invest so much, and I love sports. Like I dearly love sports, and I'm all about it. But I've seen parents invest way too much time and money into sports and override church, override just
Family time.
family
Yeah.
time, like vacation time, and then they think their kid's going to go D1 or D2 or D3 or NAI or NCCA.
I do not think that.
And they never get there
they go
because they
D-couch.
never had the potential to get there, and they've invested all this time and money for the sake of a scholarship's going to pay for their education.
Right.
And they
then-
could have taken 10% or 5% of what they invested for 12 years into this kid's extra sporting things and could have easily paid for 4 years of college and a master's, probably a doctorate degree, and their kid didn't even play high school sports because they got burnt out.
What if you're chasing those rings? I'm just saying.
They're
I'm just
50 cent.
Well,
they're 50-cent rings.
they are.
chasing those rings.
I'm just saying there's
baby.
got to be a
The
good
thing,
balance.
well, what's
Order 'em
happened in
on
this country,
Amazon,
at least
you
in
can
baseball,
customize
and I can't speak to anything else because I don't know anything about anything else. But what's happening in baseball is you're forced to pick an avenue of either just absolute garbage or having to go the travel ball route because there's so little support for rec department baseball and stuff now that, you know, like we hosted the All-Star tournament last year and they didn't even drag the fields, man. It was embarrassing.
That's
like you have all these schools coming from like Gainesville and places. Like Gainesville's.
Well, I think too, it's the area. Like you go to Gwinnett, they don't have middle school baseball.
Right.
So all of their middle school players, I'm sure a ton of them are playing travel ball.
Right.
But it's a competitive rec league.
Yeah. I mean, it's unfortunate because I mean, honestly, I've always kind of longed for a time that I didn't live in. You know, I feel like that I wish that things were how they were in some areas.
When Little League was like Little
Well,
League.
like everybody grows up playing baseball with their friends,
Right.
And then like opening day was a huge thing, and it's like
They're bringing
everybody
that
plays-
back in Banks County this year.
But
They're doing the parade.
Parade and games on.
I ain't going to that.
so last year, so let me tell you, so last
doing
year
that?
at our opening day, so opening day gets canceled, and they move it, and we go out there, and they have this thing, and it's like everybody's just standing in the like concrete area between the fields. And they say like a few words, and then they play the national anthem, and they're like, "We don't have a flag, so just everybody go point that way, and let's pretend it's over there."
No
and so
way.
everybody stands here
No
and puts
way.
their hand over their heart, and like,
It's the most un-American thing I've ever heard in my life.
Shout
Can I
out
tell
to
my
the
story yet?
No,
Yeah,
I'm going to
sorry.
tell
I
a
interrupted
tip.
you.
What the
Ryan, I'm
heck,
sorry.
man?
So we got 3 tips to 0 to 0 to 0. Here's my
Yeah.
tip. Sometimes you need to run out the clock. Right? In basketball,
Yeah,
football,
yeah.
there's no clock in baseball.
Boxing, that's a thing too.
In boxing, I don't want to watch guys get hit in the face all the time. That seems kind of
do you
weird.
mean?
Mike Tyson is fighting Jake Paul. By the way, that's gonna be crazy.
That is crazy.
is
He's
crazy.
like,
Tyson's
how old is he? Like
Jake Paul's gonna
60?
get hurt.
57.
He's 57.
And Jake
he's
Paul
gonna
is
beat the
27.
tar out of this.
Well, this
kid.
is what's gonna happen.
Mike Tyson is crazy.
Either he's gonna get tired, and they're just gonna sit there and kind of hug each other the whole time,
Yeah.
or
That's running the clock out.
Or yes, run the clock out. They're gonna run the clock out, or Jake Paul's gonna die.
Yes.
That's the
one of
only two options.
That is.
One of the I mean, it's gonna be bad.
He don't want no smoke.
No,
All right. Running out of the clock. So in parenting or marriage, it happens whether you want to admit it or not.
Yeah,
Dishes are piling up.
yeah,
Kids are running rampant.
yeah,
You're on the couch.
It'd be like that.
yeah.
You don't really want to do it.
You just run the clock out.
So you just wait and wait. Oh, no. The toothbrush incident. This is perfect.
Oh man, yeah.
This is perfect.
Yeah,
This
yeah.
is running out the
I'm
clock.
still not sure what you mean by running out.
Hold on.
You wait. Because if you don't do it, eventually
Somebody's
somebody's going
All
to.
right, look, dude, I got you. I got.
you
All right,
go
listen,
take
Is this
a
sarcasm?
listen.
Is this
So,
sarcasm?
so my.
It's
my,
not. I mean, there's
No,
probably going to be
this
some
is,
yelling
this
involved.
is legit. This is
but,
legit.
yeah.
No, I run the clock out like crazy. My wife knows it too. She gets so mad. But anyway, all right. So my son or my daughter's 2. She brushes her teeth. Right, she's brushing her teeth. She gets done. I'm like, all right, baby, go put your toothbrush back in the bathroom. She said, okay. You know, like little girl voice. So she runs in there and she goes
Hold
in
on,
the
hold on. You want to do it again?
Yeah. So she's like, okay, little girl.
voice, and so she runs back. She runs back to me and she's like, "Daddy, I did it." And I'm like, "Way to go, baby! That's awesome. That's awesome." So then, like 5 minutes later, I go in the bathroom to pee, and her toothbrush is in the toilet. And then I look at it and I'm like, okay, I got some choices here. I can
run up the score.
yeah. I can go with myself getting this toothbrush out of this toilet,
Poor
or
baby.
I can just pretend I didn't see it and don't say anything. So I went with that one because toilet water, I'm not feeling that. So I just leave. About 15 to 20 minutes later, my wife yells from the bathroom, "Ryan, Hayden threw her toothbrush in the toilet." And I go, "For real?"
Wait, time out.
That's crazy.
Back up. Did you pee on it?
that's what I was gonna ask. That's what I was gonna ask.
You went in there to pee.
Did you go to a whole other bathroom to take a piss?
Yeah. No, I went out of my way to avoid this,
Peeing on your
to get this. And so, yeah, no. So then Allison's like, "Hey, Hayden put her toothbrush in the toilet." I'm like, "What? That's crazy." I'm like, "Are you going to get it?" And
Running
so
out
she
the clock.
did. I ran the clock out, dude. Like I ain't
So-
trying to get that.
Did you make her keep using that toothbrush?
Yeah, that's not my department. I handle fun.
This is where you say, no comment. I respect the coach's decision.
Yeah. I handle. I'm in charge. I'm in charge of fun and occasional discipline, like occasional. I'm not in charge of keeping them alive. That's not my, that's not my field of expertise.
Which is why when he brings Rylan to any sort of sporting event, he's like, y'all got him?
Yeah, no.
I just want to bet that
My kids are
y'all
community
actually
kids.
don't do this.
Wait, what?
That you actually don't run the clock out.
Oh, dude, no. I swear
He
to
does.
you.
I'm a little
swear.
too scared too. I think I've tried it a few times,
no.
but then eventually I've just been like,
Yeah, no,
I can't do it.
I
I'm
run
just
it
gonna-
out.
I'm gonna be
hardcore.
honest, guys. Like, y'all are all better husbands than me. Sometimes I feel like they're just like nobody even turned the clock on, and I'm just like
Ben's like at a game, he don't even know he's there.
my wife is like playing the game, and I'm just like sitting on the sidelines, like
Not
watching,
even
like,
spectating. Not even
I'm just
spectating.
cheering, like yeah.
He's watching some other game that someone
Yeah.
else is playing.
Because we all know, in all honesty, motherhood is a rough hood. What? Motherhood is a rough hood.
Did you play that just for this podcast?
2024.
I just,
like-
but it's hard to be a mama and have a job.
I'm so
How do you know?
good.
I see my wife like. I just think about all the things my wife does. Like,
Dude, yeah.
it's
Yeah.
amazing. I don't know how she does it.
Especially-
I don't know
especially-
how our house runs.
I'll tell you, there's nobody.
And I feel like if I run the clock out on her, I'll be like, man, you do so much and I do so little.
Man, now you're making me feel
So
sorry.
Well,
if,
no,
if there's
'cause I'll-
like dishes, I feel like I should do it because you've done all the dishes all the time.
Hold on. No. Let me back up. Look, husbands everywhere can relate to this. What about you got to take coaching from your wife, right?
Coaching.
I'm not coachable.
So none of us are coachable.
My wife gets both of our kids ready for church every Sunday. Both of them. I don't do anything. Like, bro, I mean, when I say anything, like
You put your clothes on.
I roll out of bed and put my stuff on, and then I'm like, get in the car. And
my kids, my wife does that every morning.
yeah,
not just Sunday morning. She does that every
for
day.
Sure. All right, yeah. So all right, but hold on. So one time, my wife, she's like, hey, I don't know. I said something smart. You know me. I'm a smart aleck. I said something smart to her. She says, well, let me tell you about my morning.
Yeah.
And then,
right.
and then she does the list, right? Like every husband knows it. And I go, hold on. She's like, I got both kids ready. I said, time out. I said, let me tell you something. I said, I can get kids ready. I said, but when I do, you ain't gonna like what they wearing. Cause she tries to coach me, and
How is he still here?
I'm like,
Well,
I'm
your
my
wife
own
is
player.
a saint.
Oh yeah,
Like
dude,
this is
no,
the thing, man.
I'm lucky. Yeah,
I spend probably, I would say, I think it's generous to say a 20th of the amount of time on tennis as you spend on basketball. And my wife is like at her wit's end right now.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh, yeah.
like she's because she's like a single parent.
Coaching season, yeah.
And,
Oh,
I
single
hear
mom,
that a lot.
yeah.
and like you spent way more time than I invest. And so, and you did it for how many years?
A lot.
18,
No,
Yeah.
15.
15. That's
So
15.
again, saint.
Yeah. Oh no, no. I'm wrong. Don't get me wrong. I'm just saying.
If you coach at all and your wife is still married to you, you're married to a saint.
But that's what I'm
True.
saying. We're as a husband, or I'm not coachable.
oh, like I never put the dishes in the dishwasher right.
Yeah, because you're not coachable.
Exactly.
She's
You put
told
them in
you.
there.
Oh, I know.
She's told you
But
how
I
to do
didn't-
it,
I didn't learn.
but you're not coachable.
I'm not coachable.
I'm
Yeah.
a little bit coachable then.
You're coachable.
A little bit.
That's what I'm saying. Like at the
Not
start
as
when I was
much.
like talking about how
Yeah, he's
mature
better.
and grown up you are. Like
This is really
that's the
a
point.
podcast.
Hold on.
Wow.
Do you run the clock out?
I don't. I mean, I
He
think
said
I've
he's scared
tried a
to.
few times. I'm a little bit scared.
I am
'Cause-
hardcore.
I handle the discipline,
Yeah.
but then my wife disciplines me.
Yeah.
And I handle the discipline because she's way scarier.
Yeah.
And if she handled the discipline, then
get
our
that.
kids would be locked in the rooms all the time.
Okay.
Not by her, like by their choice because they're
Yeah.
scared.
Yeah. So
Like she calls, Inslee's having a bad day at daycare because she's in Anna's class. And she said, I'm going to call your daddy. And
dude,
Inslee goes, Daddy? Yeah.
let's go.
Let's call him. Let's tell him what's going on.
Sounds amazing.
Dad, I hit someone in the face. I'm like,
At a girl.
why'd you do that? Usually they call me on their way home. It was a half day. So they call me on the way home. And the first thing Inslee says every day is, Daddy, I know hit somebody today. And I say, you didn't? And then Anna's like, no, she did. She's like, oh, yeah, I hit so-and-so and so-and-so and so-and-so. And my reaction is, this is great
Yeah,
because no one's going to mess with her.
that's your baby girl.
Yeah, nobody's going to mess with her.
sure.
Graceland is too nice to hit anybody.
Yeah.
There's been times where I'm like, you should smack that kid in the face.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, all right. So you're
Well, I'll say this about the whole clock thing.
You're on the clock.
Yeah, well, we're talking about wives. She just takes me. I'm just trying to see what I don't know what it's about. Anyways, all right. So,
Oh, we're back.
like, I feel like I truly don't have a clock, and what I mean by that is I feel like, and this is probably a bad thing, but not in like the years of marriage. Like we've almost carved out different roles, and it's like we play two different games. It's like I do what I do, she does what she does. Now sometimes there's not like a toothbrush and a toilet roll, but it's like
Happens a
I
lot in the
don't
Griffin house.
You know,
But she's probably going to take on that extra role.
her game is a lot more encompassing than mine. Like, you know, I don't do near as much as she does, but you know, I do the things that I do. She does way more than me, but does the things she does.
but are
And
you
so
but are you coachable?
I mean, by her
Yeah.
at some point. I mean, I've been married for 13 years, so it's like, you know, at some point, I guess she coached me into what I am, and that's what I'm going to be, I guess. But I don't.
I mean, there's a lot in like knowing your role.
Absolutely.
You know,
Yeah.
like you handle,
And that's kind of
y'all should
negotiated
handle
some.
the outdoor stuff more than likely, right? Like my wife wants flowers and stuff. I don't like flowers. I don't care about flowers. But guess what I did yesterday? I planted a bunch of crap.
Oh, see, dude, I'm bad. Like I'm not.
I put together the swing sets. I
Dude,
do.
nah,
I
like-
unpackage the things.
That's
and
funny.
Use the crappy little Allen wrenches that
that's
they put in
terrible.
there.
That's the worst.
There's a swing set in my backyard that was purchased 2 Christmases ago that is not assembled.
Is it one of the wood ones?
No,
Oh,
it's just straight metal.
you want me to come help you with?
Hold, no. Hold on. This is what I'm
You're
talking
running
about.
out the clock.
Guys, the clock is run. It's ruined. Like it's not good. No, I ran out the clock and the clock had 2 years on it. And I ran that joker. Listen, but hold on. To my defense, I never approved swing set situation.
Oh, you making a point.
Yeah. No. I'm just saying
Kind of sounds like it.
I'm not coachable and I ran out the clock. Like, so she's like, we need stuff for our kids to play with in the yard. I said, Allison, the yard is what they play with.
Oh, so you making a point.
Yeah. I mean, I was like, we got
Proving a point.
baseball. Like I said, let me tell you something. Every swing set I've ever seen ends up not being played on after the first year. And then you just got to make a special trip to the dump. I said, baby, I'm trying to save us $50.
I feel like that
years
about
from
trampolines.
now.
So we have both of those things. And what happened is there's such a big gap between our kids. Like we have one of the wood swing sets or whatever. And like Hudson used it for a couple of years. And then he stopped using it. And this SOB starts rotting.
Yep.
And now it's about to like fall in.
Yep.
But Molly is 3 now. And she's like, I
wants
want to go to the playground.
Yeah.
And so one day she's going to fall through the floor because she's going to be up in the top. And it's like, but I don't want to tear it down because she likes playing on it.
Yep.
And the trampoline's the same way, like the safety nets.
Yep.
Because all of that was purchased for Hudson.
Yeah.
We don't buy her anything. So
So hold on.
My problem with the
That's-
trampoline is what do you do? What do you do after you're done with it?
Man,
I'll tell you
You
exactly
try
what
to
you do.
pawn it off on some
No,
other
no.
poise
You put it
slap
at the
that wants
highest.
it.
That's
Put
why
it at
I'm
the
not.
highest, windiest point in your yard,
Okay.
and then you just wait for a good day,
You
and
just
that
let
thing
that
gonna be
thing
gone.
go.
So I know you'll remember this. Speaking of that happened one time. You remember my house in Cornelia?
Yeah.
My buddy, I call it Bubbles.
Yeah, I
moved in
remember.
there.
I remember both.
So when Irma came through, it blew the trampoline. You know how there's a railroad track off a
Yeah.
cliff? It blew it all the way over down to that railroad
Nice.
track. Anyways, but you remember, I'm not going to call names on here, but
Hold on.
the
Did you
friend
go
we
get
had-
it? Did you go get it or just
Oh,
leave
no,
it
they
for the
just left it
train?
for the train to hit. 100%. So do you remember?
Somebody else is
Another
probably running that
reason
clock.
not
So,
to have a
so
trampoline.
do you remember the friend we had? I'm not going to call any names on here, but he lived across from a guy in a trailer, and they called him Birdman.
That's
Yes.
every person from Banks County.
Okay, well, no, this not everybody's called Birdman.
Okay, yeah, no.
Okay,
no.
so when we were young, his trampoline falls in. There's springs everywhere, and so we decided it'd be fun to shoot these springs at Birdman's house. So
Poor
we're like-
Birdman.
we're pulling the springs back
No,
like this
no.
right here.
It's not poor
And
Birdman.
just-
Wait.
Boom, and they're shooting at his trailer.
This is terrible.
So yeah, that's what you could do with it. You could shoot springs at unfortunate people.
So
but-
why is it not poor Birdman?
Yeah, why is it
Because
not?
no,
I don't know. I don't know the rest of it. I remember shooting him in his trailer.
Said dad.
Oh, yeah. So his dad, they were all in the yard. His dad like went to cut grass. And like they were he was hitting him with the lawnmower and it like screwed him over. Yeah.
Oh,
So not poor Birdman.
Yeah.
Birdman
Poor-
is none the wiser.
Poor father.
Yeah.
So,
I'm trying to think of any other like.
Porter's got all the tips apparently.
he's the only one
Hold on,
mature enough.
hold on.
you know.
Let me tell my story now.
Yes.
All right.
What is the story?
Didn't you tell us
Did you
stories?
start
No,
it? I don't remember.
I started it, and then y'all were like, "Ryan's
sorry.
stories are stupid."
Let's let Ryan get it.
I don't think we said that out loud.
All right, so I
was
was
inferred.
So I was saying in my house, sports teaches us. I mean, life teaches us about
yes,
sports,
yes.
not the other way around. So let me give you a little background. First of all, at my house, apparently, there's a capital, the capital of all possums live at my house. Like, there's so many possums. It's
They're
ridiculous.
scary animals.
Yeah, nasty, big rats. That's so. All right, so that's first of all. Have a lot of possums. No matter how much war my dog rages on these possums, they always come back for more. All right. Secondly,
Ben is currently stretching.
It's cramping.
you know that
I'm a cramp.
the closet athlete is cramping from sitting.
It's not from sitting. I'm probably dehydrated because I drink too much. All right. Sorry.
He's got a sitting
and he
cramp.
had a Red Bull.
He had a Red Bull. It did not give him wings. He's like, oh my gosh. Anyway, all right. So these possums, right? Also at my house on Tuesday mornings, there's this big truck, and apparently we paid it for this every month. But a big truck will come take my garbage away. All we have to do is get the garbage can to the thing. To
To the road.
Okay, that's not exclusive to you.
that's not a.
They offer that to anyone.
I thought that was a head coaching perk. That's not.
No, guess
Oh,
what?
the
You're
school
still gonna have
pays
it next
for it,
year.
It's
bud.
not in my. It's still coming even though
It's
I quit.
still coming
That's
next
crazy.
year.
All right, so anyway, apparently, getting that trash can to the end of the road, like if Joe Biden called me tomorrow and was like, "Hey, the world's gonna end unless you get this trash can to the road," I still wouldn't get it out there. Like it's bad. I don't even know what day it is most of the time. And my wife, let me back up. First of all, she will tell me at 6 a.m. to get this trash to the road. I'm not responsible for any information given to me before 7:30.
Okay,
Like,
Well,
but in her defense, it comes the same day.
Can I give a pro
every
tip
week.
here? Can I give a pro tip here?
sure.
Leave the can out there and take the trash to the can.
They don't
Okay,
like
but
that.
so
No,
that's,
hold
wrong.
on,
that's
a
what I
wrong
do.
law.
Hold on,
But-
but that don't work because she sets the trash can on the porch, and then I don't even know it's out there.
So you know how my driveway is? It's gravel, and I don't want to drag the
And
can. So
long,
I just
yeah.
leave my can up there because it's a private drive. So Savannah will be like, "You take the trash out," and I'm like, "Yeah, I'll get it. I'll take it up in the morning." So I'll put it in the back of my truck, and then I just drive around with it for a week. Like it's
Yeah.
like just
Oh,
try. It
for
comes.
sure.
It comes to Banks County High School with me.
Bro, we run the clock
Edit that out. It comes to my
everything.
work with me.
We do.
Dude.
Y'all do run the clock.
It goes everywhere. It just drives
Yeah.
around like it's my pet.
Absolutely.
Like
Till I see some bystander dumpster.
You want a trampoline or some trash?
I'll be driving down the road and I see stuff fly out the back.
Like, yes,
And
that's
I'm like,
one
oh,
less
I'm like,
thing.
oh, wait a minute. That trash is back there. How long has that been back there?
We don't care about the world.
Dude, mine stay in the spot because of where we're at. Like he just comes up, takes it. It's good, and it's like maybe 90 feet that I got to walk with that thing.
Yeah, yeah.
But here recently, I've been real bad about just putting it on the back porch.
Dude, that 90 feet's a mile, man.
It might as well be.
I golf cart mine to the top of the hill sometimes.
I need a golf cart. to drive those
For
90
that
feet.
90 feet.
Let's let Ryan finish his story. I feel bad.
No,
it's
I'm
good.
gonna keep going.
You go ahead. I'll finish it. It's fine.
So the other day, I put it out in the back, and we live like people who are listening to this probably know where we live, but there's a lot of as Ryan said, there's possums, there's raccoons, there's random dogs,
Varmints.
like whatever.
Vermin.
Varmints. That's a regionalism for sure.
Yeah, random critters. And I've never had an issue. Like they come up every once in a while, but they've never really destroyed my trash. So I put it on the back porch, and then I come out one morning and it is just destroyed.
Gone.
And of course, my wife had to have told me the night before, like, something's gonna get that trash. It hasn't happened the whole time we lived there.
Yeah, but whites curse you, man. It's
And
like
then-
they're at one with nature. They're like, somebody gonna get it. Oh, and the raccoons are like, oh shoot, you hear? She said it.
It's on.
Yeah.
We got to do it tonight.
She gave the sign.
Yeah.
So it gets taken. So I learned my lesson, right? And I bag it up. She laughs. So then I'm doing better about it. Well, then I'll leave another bag for a couple of days. Nothing happens. So I'm good. Like whatever it is, then ate the rat poison, whatever. No, it happened again.
Yep.
And
That's
there
on
I
you,
am
man.
sweeping up corn off our back porch. It is not a place you want to be in. But my advice, invest in one of those trucks that pick up your trash that's exclusive to you.
Yeah, it's nice. It's nice. So, all right. So, said capital of possums tears my trash out. Right. It's just like it's bad. It's a situation. Like we're that house that people drive by and they're like, oh my God, look at those people. They should, I don't know, move. So I'm like, this is a good opportunity for me to get my son to work, so he's 4. So I take him outside. We start picking this trash up. We get close to being finished. And he's like, Daddy, can I take a break? I'm like, no, son, you can't take a break. I'm like, this is the 4th quarter. We're down by 5 to these possums. You gonna let, I said, you gonna let possums beat you? I was like, you're gonna let an animal that literally plays dead as a defense mechanism beat you in the 4th quarter. We're down 5. We got to finish this game and beat these possums.
And Rylan says,
That's great
Dad,
parenting.
I had a possum do
this is
that one
trash.
time. To me, like it played dead with me one time. It's the
that's-
craziest thing I've ever seen in my life.
So
You play dead alongside it?
No, so I get
y'all
woke
You
up.
play dead with
I get
you?
woke up at like 3:00 in the morning one time by my dog barking. So I walk outside in my underwear and I walk over there and this possum's laying there, what I think is dead because my dog was having an encounter with it. I thought it already killed it. I know possums play dead, but its tongue was out. Okay, it was literally like this.
Wow,
Its
I didn't know it was
tongue
that
was out
intense.
legit.
This is an experience.
So I
veteran.
I kick it with my foot and it just it feels stiff. So I go get a shovel and I come back and it was gone. So it was gone.
this possum was faking rigor mortis.
Yes,
Dang.
I swear it
That's
was the
crazy.
craziest thing I've ever seen in my life.
Do you know that octopus can like make themselves look
I
like other
guarantee you we
fish?
don't know whatever you're about to say. I guarantee you that I do not know whatever it
we
is
do
you're
not
about to say.
teach
Octopi.
elementary school,
octopi. Octopi
nor
can
do we care about
can
aquatic
make themselves
life
look like
forms.
a flounder.
Unless there is a shark
is
swimming
that?
toward me,
Color
I
and
do not
everything.
care.
Dude,
like a jellyfish is in the
fascinating.
water, okay, maybe I'll piss on my leg. But
Man, let me get back.
Did you
Okay,
teach about
hold on.
octopus this year?
No, me and Watson, he kept talking about octopuses, so we looked up on YouTube and National Geographic had a thing about it. I was like, that's cool.
and then he decided to tell us.
So the kid struck out in t-ball, but he knows what an octopus.
Yeah, he's not very
No,
good at
At least
he
he's got
knows
something
all
going for him.
the
My
defense
kid's not an
mechanisms.
athlete. I'm just telling you, he's not an athlete.
Neither is mine.
Hold on,
He's
all right.
got half his mom in him.
All right, so to my kid, so we get done with this, or we get, I'm telling him 4th quarter. I'm finishing this story. I don't care what I got to do. My 4-year-old looks me dead in the face and says, "Yeah, Daddy, if you would have took care of the trash in the 1st quarter, then we wouldn't be losing in the 4th quarter."
Let's go. Point for Ryland.
Man, my kid destroy y'all. Did y'all's kids like destroy you? Because my kid destroys
Listen,
me.
I love reading Facebook, and your
Oh, man, they're
record
so
of
good.
Ryland's toasting you is
Dude, it's
They're
ridiculous.
so
Your kid's
Yeah.
pretty. Your kid's pretty witty.
that's the best thing I
No,
see
man.
on Facebook.
I'm
So-
he just randomly, like, I'll say something to him. He'll just randomly be like, "You're a terrible father." I'm like, "You suck, man. I don't even like you that much. That's why I like your good sister more." That's
So
That is good.
yesterday, I was talking to my dad about Hudson pitching and all that stuff. And like everybody in here is well enough versed in baseball, they know like what a mop up man is.
yeah, yeah.
So like Hudson doesn't. And so like I told him, I was like, I figured Hudson wouldn't get a lot of innings today pitching, he kind of mop, like whatever. And like 4 hours later, when he's getting in bed, he's like, "Why'd you call me a janitor?" I was like, "It's just an expression." Hudson.
Why is
like,
a janitor a bad thing?
like, yeah,
Why
that'd
does
have
that
been
have a
that'd have been a
negative
good
Hey,
time.
janitor
should've-
throw out
Candy?
of play.
You should have been like,
plenty
"I
of
didn't, son. I called you a custodian."
So let me give a parenting tip since that's what we're trying to do here.
Is it?
I don't
Try.
think it is. I think we left that. We just
Know
not telling
your
stories.
kid. Know your kid.
Know your kid.
Know how they're bent. Like, no, if your kid's an
Wait,
athlete,
Wait, whoa.
Time out. Do you
Back
mean
up.
built?
Like bent?
yeah, like
Know
bent
how
toward
they're
things,
bent.
like bent toward.
I thought that was a
certain
derog- like, I
inclinations,
thought that was-
Like
I thought that was something
like
different.
hell bent?
yeah, exactly,
I think
exactly. In that
I
use
still-
of the
I
word,
thought
yes.
that's when you said like, dang, she's bent.
I
I had never heard that.
I
That's not a
still
thing.
don't
That's-
understand
I don't. It
this.
might be. I don't know.
Bent. I
Yes.
think know how they're built. Is that
I done bent
Either
outside.
way, I think we're saying the same thing.
know how they've been? Oh, okay.
No, that's
Know
what they're
who they
bent
are.
toward. Like, are they bent toward music?
Just say-
Are they bent toward sports?
Know their
Are they bent
interests.
toward
Is that what you're trying to say?
mechanical things.
They like octopuses.
What is the plural of
Octopi.
octopi?
It's octopi, I
Ryan,
think.
what is the plural of octopus?
Why would he know? Is it
He
octopi?
knows.
It's octopi. Anything
he
that ends in
has,
an S.
He has proved teachers wrong in this building when he was a student
Yeah.
about the plural of certain nouns.
Such as syllabus.
Syllabi.
I seen him get detention over
syllabi.
this subject one time for being
Yeah.
right.
Hey, listen.
I witnessed a coach one time tell Kiefer Hellmeister, like, this is, I'm just, you said detention because he was right, but he was proving them wrong. So there was a coach, and Kiefer was not a defensive back, and he's a linebacker. So we go DB drills. So we're over there, and Kiefer is just there for a second, like he's going somewhere else, and that coach pulls him over, and he's like, "All right, do this," and he's like, "Coach, I'm not a DB," and he made him do up downs the rest of practice. But Kiefer was not in any way, shape, or form a DB. This
Well,
coach just
well,
doesn't-
honestly, we have a choice. Like in football, you have a choice. Like we can spend all our time getting good at this one position, and you're going to waste that time with a linebacker doing DB things.
he wasn't a very good coach.
Well,
And
there you
Kiefer
go.
wasn't a very good DB. So there we go.
Makes sense.
Well,
bad combination. All right, know your kids.
know your kid. Yeah, I think
are
that's
bent.
really
Okay.
important because and your kids change. Like students change, people change. So I think whatever your kid wants to do growing up, like, do you want to go play soccer? He wants to play soccer. Go play soccer. What's he want to do? I think some
Don't
of the
let him
best
play soccer.
parenting
Don't let him
advice
play
I've got
soccer.
to do is take a day when you got time with your kid. Go do what your kid wants to do.
I feel like that's all I've done for the past
That's
8 years.
That's my whole life.
Yeah, every
Like,
day.
if they want to go play ball, go play ball. If they want to go to Phonopolis, go to Phonopolis. If they want to go,
I think the thing is, though, is like,
What would
Now,
Molly?
that doesn't-
What would
I-
Molly
I-
say? What would if you went to
Molly
Molly
would say, "You're not my dad."
and you was like,
spiky
yeah,
hair.
you were like, if Ben walks up to Molly and he says, "Hey Molly, what you want to do today? That you are going with your daddy." So what's Molly saying?
She'd say, "No, I want to go with mom." So
Yeah, and then this is when you say bet.
I think
Deal.
I think okay. I was about to say, "Geez, man, you've been around kids too long."
Yeah, he like lost some years since he stopped coaching. Now he's 17 again.
Yeah, I'm feeling good.
I think that because of the way, and I don't want to be like these generations, because but I think the problem is if you let them do what they want to do. I mean, go ask like your students right now, and that's one thing that I do on the first day is like, if you weren't here, what would you be doing? And like these kids, their favorite thing in the world is laying in bed on Snapchat. They don't even necessarily sleep, but like they just want to lay in bed all day. They don't want to do anything. It's really sad that, and so I think that as a parent at a young age, you almost have to push them into things. I don't want to say push them in a
Just let them try,
negatively.
like
but like
sample
you
things.
gotta make them do some stuff they don't want to do so that they can figure out. It's like the same with food. You know,
Right.
like you have to make them eat some stuff to figure out what they like and what they don't like. You know,
Yeah. And I think
what
too,
I mean by that, and I don't mean when I said that, I didn't mean that by like in all things in life or all areas of life or all the time. I'm just talking about
Some days.
one, like know your kid like with extracurricular things in that dimension of life,
Right, right.
extracurricular things. And yeah, they should try different things and you should push them. But if they want to do something, like I know nothing about music, zero. Like I don't even know how to turn the radio on half the time. But if my kid wants to play,
just a power
be in the
button.
band, I should support that, right?
Oh,
I
for
should try
sure.
to be a good band
Yeah,
player.
yeah, yeah.
Though I would rather him play baseball.
Oh, for sure.
Right.
Well, I mean, and that's the thing is
That's
like
what I'm
I'm
saying.
fortunate enough that Hudson plays baseball, but at the same time, like he could play whatever he wants. I mean, he plays basketball. I hate like he's gonna grow up and listen to this. And, like I hate watching him play basketball, and it's not because I hate watching him play, But like 8U basketball is hard to watch. Like it
Dude,
sucks.
you're telling me.
So bad.
I think the big thing with that is like let them try it, but make sure they know, hey, if you sign up for this, you're in it till the end of the season. Like you're not a quitter.
But let me
Yeah.
and what my other comment was, when you have free time with your kids, when you're just like, this was some parenting advice, because I always, when I had free time with my son, I'm like, we're going fishing. Like, that's what I want to do.
Right,
That's
that's
what we're
what
going
you
to
wanna do. Yeah, yeah.
And I still do that. Last night, took him fishing because that's what I wanted to do. So we went fishing. But there needs to be time when you have free time with your kids and you just say, what do you want to do?
I think a lot of times
and
though,
just- and let 'em have a good
sometimes
time
those
with it.
things kind of intersect because, like with my dad, my interests are his interests because like my dad's my best friend, man, and like I grew up doing everything with him, and so I think that if your kid enjoys you, they're gonna want to enjoy doing the things that you do. You know what I mean? Like they can have their own interests, but like Hudson wants to do things with me. He wants to go hunting with me. He wants to, and it's okay if he doesn't, and I don't make him do those things. But like eventually, like he's going to be naturally drawn to fishing because of you, because he's close to you, and it's your kid, and you're,
and that's a good thing as a parent when that happens.
If you're around and you're there for your kids, and your kids are going to be drawn to the things you like. I mean, that's just how life is.
Can I play devil's advocate?
Yeah, go ahead.
Y'all can judge me, but I'm being honest because this is an honest podcast. I'll support Rylan in whatever he wants to do, but I hate T-ball. So I told him after his last practice, I was like, hey man, I was like, first of all, do you want to quit?
So
and he said no, and I was like, okay. I was like, well, listen, I don't want to do this anymore. So I'm gonna get you here, but I ain't coming. Like,
so this is the thing.
I'm not doing that anymore.
I've always been the if you quit that team, you'll be a quitter the rest of your life kind of person.
Yeah,
but like, listen, hold on.
I knew he wouldn't
I feel
quit.
like that.
But when Hudson was 3, which I think is too young to do anything, we let him try to play T-ball.
Yeah.
And his coach, I'm going to describe this person, female, bleach blonde hair to like right here, walks with a limp. I don't know why. So comes hobbling out
Shot
there.
9 times. I don't walk with a limp.
So this is her practice. Everybody get in the field, and we take turns batting. So what you have is you have 9 kids in the field standing there, bored out of their mind, while one kid hits. And it takes the whole practice just for everybody to get hit one time. And the rest of the practice, they're standing there in the field. And Hudson hates that because he's 3. Yeah. And so he lasted like 3 practices. And I had a real hard time. That was my first experience ever being like a parent to a kid that I'm not coaching him. Like, this is the dumbest thing I've ever seen in my life. We're just not going to do this year. We'll pick it up next year. Because, like, I hate to quit something, but at the same time, he wasn't getting anything out of it, and that woman was insane. So...
Yeah, I don't have any good reasons like that. I just don't want to do it.
But here's something to consider in this
How old
conversation.
is Rylan?
He's 4.
Yeah, that's pretty young.
Here's something to consider in this conversation. We've all seen really good athletes who didn't really even start to care about said sport until middle school age. Not quitting and all that really come into play at the teenage.
But let's be honest, I could tell Rylan, hey, tomorrow's your last practice. Season's over.
Yeah.
He would not know.
This is the thing. They don't keep score, and it's super unorganized.
Yeah.
I think the time when you start teaching that is like when they start keeping score. Because when they start keeping score and they start keeping wins, losses, then your team is dependent on you to be there to win those games.
Sure.
To help, hit and score runs or help make plays on defense. And if you just quit, then you're quitting on them and making them worse as a team.
So you're saying there's not college scouts at these little...
There's not.
Some parents think there are. I promise
So the
you.
Braves are not at my son's T-ball.
I mean, they may be.
Wait,
I
just
saw
a minute.
a guy
just
with
minute.
a Braves hat, though.
So I work with a lady whose child plays in Habersham, and her daughter plays T-ball. Brian Jordan showed up to their...
Screw that guy.
Brian Jordan showed up and
Screw Brian Jordan.
coached their
He told me happy birthday on my
T-ball
21st
team.
birthday.
How
I think
cool
he's
is
a great
that?
guy.
Brian Jordan.
Have I told you the Brian Jordan story?
I used a
No,
urinal
can't wait to hear it.
beside him.
Cool. What?
I used a urinal beside Brian Jordan.
So I'm gonna tell you all Brian Jordan. This is why I hate Brian Jordan. Brian Jordan, if you ever hear that, if we get big enough to hear this one day, you might be a nice guy, but screw you.
We won't.
So
We won't.
this
You're
is
safe,
this
Brian.
this is
Why are we...
so when I was a kid, we used to go to Turner Field and we'd go to the back parking lot where the players park, and we would stand there and get autographs from players. And Brian Jordan comes rolling in there and looks at all of us. We're like, Brian Jordan. And I understand you don't want to be bothered. And if that's the case, then just walk in the building. That's what some would do, and it's okay. And someone come over and say, he looks at us, plugs his ears, and runs in the building. And I remember being like 8 years old and being like, screw that guy. And ever since then, and so a few years ago, he comes and Hudson always goes to Habersham Central's baseball camp. And he comes the last day and talks to them. And I have a picture on my phone where they post on Facebook. He's standing there talking to all the kids, and Hudson's ignoring him, talking to the kid next to him. And I'm like, yeah, that's right. My kid don't care what you have to say, Brian Jordan. Screw you, man.
Okay, so that makes more sense to have a grudge against him, not as much as my grudge against Kelly Johnson.
Yeah, you just don't like that guy for what? I mean, I don't know why. Like, there's only like
Who is Kelly Johnson?
a scrawny white guy should be Jason's idol. But
No,
He played
he's
for the
way taller
Braves.
than me. He played for the Braves. He played for the Mets.
Oh, play second base? The second baseman?
He was like a
couldn't
utility
hit
guy.
his way. He couldn't hit his way out of a wet paper.
When he was in Atlanta, he couldn't hit. Period.
Yeah, I remember.
He went to the Mets, did he not?
He did.
And then he had like a 300 season.
Yeah.
So it ticked me off.
I'll tell you who also played second base. It was that way, but he had discussed before was Dan Ugla.
Dan
Dan
Ugla. He
I couldn't-
sucked
he sucked so
in
bad.
Atlanta.
Yeah.
And now when I say that, if he were in this room right now, he would break me.
Yeah,
So,
but you're
like,
taller.
I'm like-
You'd be
jacked,
taller
dude.
than him,
Yeah.
though.
Like I'm like,
So you can at least say, hey,
I
I'm
saw
taller than
Dan
you.
Ugla.
I have a lot of confidence behind this microphone.
The last Braves game I went to, we ate at Porter's Pizza Kitchen, which is about a mile away from SunTrust Stadium. Dan Ugla walks in
TM.
there because he lives in an apartment just like a few blocks away.
Why is he still there? Why is he still in
I don't know,
there?
but he's big.
No, he's
still
huge, dude.
I mean,
Like,
some
he's
would
huge.
walk in this room and ask why we're still here too. So
Because
True
we're
that.
hometown has been. That's what hometown
And he's
has
a
been.
home. He's
And
an
he's-
Atlanta has.
But
So-
he was, yeah, he was.
he was well.
He's an Atlanta.
Let me tell you why
never
people
was.
Yeah,
love
he
Ozzy
never
Albies.
was.
People love Ozzy because Atlanta hasn't had a second baseman in so long that was halfway decent.
I like Ozzy because he
True. I remember
plays
Marcus
hard,
Giles
too.
was my guy back in the day.
Marcus Giles.
Yeah, that was a
man,
long
yeah.
time ago.
That's like
Him and Walt
2000s.
Weiss was
Early
Walt
2000s.
Weiss.
1990s.
I have a
He had,
picture.
like,
of
Walt Weiss is
Walt-
like
Walt
the
Weiss didn't play
grandfather
with
of the Major League
Giles. He didn't play with
Baseball.
Giles.
He's like a,
Mark Giles and Walt Weiss played
Marcus
together.
Giles did not play with Walt Weiss.
bro.
He didn't?
No,
Walt
that'd
Weiss
have been
is
Lemke.
like he's like 85.
Martin Lemke.
That's who I'm thinking
Yeah.
about. I'm thinking about Martin Lemke. You're right.
Mark Lemke was, yeah.
Walt Weiss is like 85 years old.
You remember when they used to
That
have
is
Boy
the
Scout?
dumb-
that is the
85,
dumbest thing I've ever heard.
Walt
He's not
Weiss
85.
is so old.
He's like
He's
maybe
not
60.
that old. I have a picture with him.
dude.
Hang on.
I have a picture. You have a picture?
He's like Steve Martin.
How are we
He's
connected
looked
to so
old
many Braves
forever.
players?
Dude, we could talk about baseball all day.
What's the
I would
parenting
rather
tip here?
do that.
The parenting tip about baseball, cheer for the home team.
I do have another parenting
Hey,
tip.
cheer for the home
I
team.
do have another
You should
parenting
listen.
tip.
No, this makes sense. I can connect it.
Connect it.
All right, you support your kids in whatever they do, whether you, I mean,
If it's
every
not
healthy
sinful.
thing they do. Yeah.
There's Walt Weiss with his arm around my wife, or my wife's arm around him. One. See, he's not that old. Come
All
on.
right.
See, not that
I've seen.
old.
I've seen that picture.
He's short. You're taller than him.
I mean,
He was a middle infielder in the '90s. They were all short.
Shortstop.
Good one. That was bad.
Thank you.
No, but you support your kids. You support your wife and what she wants to do. Y'all support each other. That's the home team. You cheer for your home team. All right. So we cheer for the Braves. Period. Except
I
for
don't.
Ben. Yeah. Why?
All right.
Why the weird fascination with New York? Why don't you explain it to the fans?
it was bred into me by my father.
But why did Doug cheer for the Yankees?
It was bred into him by his father.
Why did his father cheer
Because
for
when
the
his father was growing up,
That
there was
the
no
only team.
TV.
I was about to say, that's the
and
only
so
team.
there would be two teams on the radio, either the Dodgers or the Yankees.
Well,
so you kind
he
of pick
picked a good one.
And
East
see,
Coast.
even when my kid, even when my dad was young, there wasn't a team in Atlanta. So they had a minor league team called the Atlanta Crackers.
Right.
Yeah, that's real.
They got
Better than
canceled.
the
And
Trappers.
and so my dad actually he went and saw a couple of games at Ponce de Leon Park where the Crackers played.
That's really
He
cool.
also saw Johnny Cash play there one time, which is awesome.
That's even cooler.
Baseball?
But
Or he played like.
music, a
Hey,
concert.
let's go back.
No, I didn't know you said play. I didn't know.
Hold on.
so
I'll play
anyways-
the
For the
soundbite
Crackers,
where
or if
Chris
you
said, "I don't know anything about music. We didn't know that you didn't know who Johnny freaking Cash was."
So, anyways, it just got bred into me. But that might end with my kid because he seems to be a pretty big Braves fan. So,
Well, his godfather is a huge Brave fan.
yeah.
His
So,
self-proclaimed godfather.
yeah.
Jason. That's who that is.
Correct.
I gave him. I don't know if I could say this on air, but I gave him that title when I was. You can cut this out. When I was at a Georgia football game, do you remember that? And so I was like, Jason, I don't want my kids to end up in the system. You're gonna I laid it out for Jason to adopt Hudson if something happened to me.
I would be his legal guardian.
Yes. So
To this
you
day.
can still do that if
I
you
will.
like.
Yeah, absolutely. I
or
mean,
you-
Graceland's a year older than him.
You all
Work
could
out and
raise
be
him
perfect.
as a committee.
No.
but-
I've heard his parenting advice. Hey, throw your toothbrush in the toilet. Mama, pick it up. You suck.
That's
Hey.
that's essentially my yeah.
I would
encompassed my
let
parenting.
Ryan raise Molly because
Yeah,
he
you think-
favors
think
his
the world
he
of
favors
them.
his little girl over
I
his
had
little
a
boy.
conversation with Ryland when Allison was pregnant with Hayden. I said, "Listen, son." I was like, "You know your daddy loves you, don't you?" He's like, "Yeah." I said, "You know you're my best friend, right?" He's like, "Yeah." I said, "Listen, when Hayden gets here, I'm gonna treat her better than you."
Wow.
But
Wow.
it's a little girl. We gotta take care of the little girls.
Well, think about it.
That's what I said.
Your
He
best
gets it.
friend.
Well, that's honestly
And
that's a
you
good
treat women
that's a
better
good
than you treat-
example
yeah.
to him because he sees how to treat the way you treat Allison, the way you treat Hayden. Like this,
it's different.
Yeah, and
That's-
he responded though. I was like, I'm gonna treat her. He's like, "That's okay, Daddy. I love Mama more than you."
See, you've already taught him.
Yeah, it just burns me.
There you
man.
go.
You can't get nothing on my kid. It's
Hey,
ridiculous.
I think this is a successful round one.
Jason is one of those all in guys, and there's some things that I do that I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna do this, but whatever, I'm just gonna get through it. Jason's all in to whatever he goes into.
probably the most well versed in the office of anybody I've ever met.
Thank you. Hands down, we played a game.
Dominated the office trivia, and I thought I was good,
I carried my wife.
and then I lost like a little
I have an
child.
office trivia question for Jason. Let's
do
test
it.
him.
Hold on, you don't answer yet. Give me a chance to
How much money
in my mind.
did David sell his company for after he left Dunder Mifflin?
No
Well,
way,
you
no
mean the
way,
patent.
no
the
way.
suck
You
it.
know this. Suck it.
That was the name of the company.
He sold it to the U.S. government, the U.S. Army.
No way, no way.
I can't remember. I want to say it was.
Dude, if you get this, I'm gonna. Be
I'm not
worried.
going to get it. I don't remember the number. I had 20 million in my
That's
head.
correct.
Okay.
Son of a gun, dude.
I was thinking 20 million or 5 billion, but I was like, that's too much. So 20 million.
Man,
Yep,
Very good.
I got
That's
it.
impressive.
All right, everybody. That's all we got this week. Hopefully you enjoyed the pilot episode. Next week, we'll be back in studio with a new episode for you. Keep an eye on social media this week. We will be releasing we're going to call it Hometown Has-Beens Bingo. This was sent in by a fan, Andrew Ferguson, and he created a bingo sheet, a bingo card for Hometown Has-Been listeners. The first person to fill this card out correctly gets bingo, gives me episode numbers that it'll make sense when you see it. Episode numbers, fills out the bingo card. First person to send that to us on social media filled out with the correct episodes will receive a one-of-a-kind Hometown Has-Beens hat. And Ryan's not here, but remember, it's better to be a has-been than it never was. I was voted best all around in high school my senior year. See you next week.
This is going to be a nightmare to edit.
I think we need to pick a better topic. The AI came up with that.
Yeah.
We didn't prepare. I didn't prepare.
I
was
didn't prepare. I
excited.
didn't prepare.
I was excited for this.
I
and
had
didn't
2 or
prepare.
3 tips in my head.
We're doing this.
Oh, yeah,
We're seeing it
This is
through.
too fun.
So
Can we put lotion on your
Nah, see, I got like a,
I got a piece.
I have this diversion to lotion.
But you have eczema. You probably should
Aversion.
lotion.
That's a
You should probably lotion yourself.
name for this podcast.
Joe said it.
I'm Joe.
Jay,
All right.
Jay Christopher.
Ready for it? There's like a long time.
Are we doing this again?
We have to because of him. At least we'll get one good soundbite with him. You're doing great.
It's not you, dude.
You're
It's
doing
not,
so good.
It's not you.
You're-
It's me.
Well, I know, but
It's not you, babe. It's not you.
I'm Ryan.
Impeccable timing.
impossible.
All right, here we
It's
go.
gonna be impossible.
I'm Ben.
I'm Chris.
I'm so sorry.
That's Ryan. And I'm Jason. This is Hometown Has-Beens.
I'm Ben.
I'm Chris.
I'm Ryan.
Run it back.
You can't even say your name.
He come in. He said, "I'm Ben."
That was great. That was
Really good.
Like I'm questioning.
It was like in rhythm with the music and everything.
I thought it was perfect.
I'm in.
I don't know what to do. I feel like I'm getting like a rectal exam right now. This is really
That is not what's happening in this podcast.
You said
That's going to be one of the sound bites. I feel like I'm getting a rectal.
That's another. I looked and saw that red button, so I'm like, I can't say my comment.
I'm Ben.
I'm Chris.
I'm Ryan.
I'm Jason, and this is Hometown Has-Beens. We can't get it together.
There was such a long pause between Ryan and Jason. It was like a
Come in
30
his
seconds.
face, man.
Yeah, because Ryan goes like this.
All right, I got it. I'm Ryan. I'm Ryan. I'm Ryan.
Do we need to write it down? We need a board. I am.
I got it this time. I'm just not gonna look. I'm not. I guarantee, the Ryan Griffin guarantee, we're gonna provide some laughs